Hi guys, welcome to VEDA Day 21. Today what I want to talk to you about is the reason that we're on YouTube. So obviously we're all YouTubers, we're doing VEDA, and I imagine that a lot of our time this month is spent watching other VEDArs, getting to know each other and all that kind of fun stuff, which I've talked about before, I really love. But before this month, we were all still on YouTube. So what I want to talk today about is, what kind of stuff do you watch when it's not VEDA? So I actually have a list of the people that I really like, and, for some of the more obvious names, people that you'll probably know, I'll just kind of skim over. For other people that are maybe less well-known, I'll give a quick description. Maybe you guys will know some of them already, that's cool. Maybe there'll be somebody new, and maybe someone you're interested in. That would also be really cool. But yeah, here we go. So we've got Wheezy Waiter, obviously comedy vlogger. He's a great guy. Ciela, she is also a vlogger. She's actually in Japan. She's a Canadian vlogger who has moved to Japan and lived there for a few years. But she puts out some pretty good vlogs. Mostly she talks about different stuff in Japan, which I think is pretty cool. One of my favorite groups of all time was Vlog Candy. And Vlog Candy had Zachary X Binks, Hurricane Aubrey, Dude Need to Ease On Up, Andrew Bravner, and Strawberry 17. They were my favorite 5 people, and like 2 years ago, I think, they broke up, and that was one of the saddest days that I've had on YouTube. But they're amazing people. I still follow most of them now. I still love them. They're awesome. But when they were Vlog Candy, those were amazing times. Alright, next on my list we have Hannah Hart, who's amazing. She does My Drunk Kitchen. She's hilarious. I really love her. Then we also have, in a related group, we have Daily Grace, who I started watching pretty recently. She's an awesome vlogger. She's really funny. And Mamrie Hart, also very hilarious. 3 of them are friends, so they kind of jump in each other's videos all the time. But I think they are great people. They also do Home Buddy, well, I guess Mamrie and Grace do Home Buddies. Like once a month or something, they'll have this big online gathering where they'll stream while watching a movie on Netflix, and everybody sort of watches together, and I think that's really fun. But yeah, great people. Then very recently, like 2 weeks ago or so, I found Peter Gilroy and Bath Boys Comedy. They are hilarious. They do sketch comedy. I don't know how I found them. I think it was like just clicking on random related links, and then suddenly I was like, oh man, these people are great. I'm going to subscribe and watch all of their videos ever. But they're really funny guys. I would definitely recommend checking them out. I'm going to put links in the description too for all of these, so you can see my list and check out anybody that you might be interested in. Next on my list, I will admit I have Lena, who is Overly Attached Girlfriend. After she got really famous, she got a YouTube channel, but she does do some really cool stuff with it. Mostly she just vlogs and does like a little bit of comedy and stuff, but she's also done stuff raising money for charities and stuff like that, which is really cool. But yeah, I subscribe to her. She's a crazy person, but it's awesome. Whatever. So this is jumping back to a long time ago. Vlog VEDA is actually the reason that I started on YouTube in the first place. So that was like 4 or 5 years ago or something. But that had Mika Kitty, Nanaloo, Mitchell Davis, Catrific, oh man, and Dan Brown. I had completely forgotten about Dan Brown until right now. But anyway, it had the 5 of them. They did a collab channel, like a daily kind of deal. They're pretty okay. They weren't around for very long. But they were cool guys. I like them, and they got me into YouTube, so that was really awesome. And I watched Dan Brown for a while after that. I don't subscribe to him anymore, but I still am subscribed to Nanaloo and Mika Kitty, who have sort of combined into one person these days. Oh, and I'm subscribed to Mitchell Davis. I love Mitchell Davis. He's hilarious. Anyway, moving on. Julian Smith, awesome sketch comedy. He's really funny. He hasn't put out can't talk. He hasn't put out anything recently, so I don't know if he's taking a break or if he's kind of abandoned YouTube, but when he did put out stuff, it was really great. I loved almost all of his little skits he had. Next on the list, so another one that I've recently found is Nerdwriter. He might be Nerdwriter1, I forget. I'll link everything. But he does pretty in-depth vlogs covering all sorts of different topics. But he really gets passionate about what he talks about, and he throws in a little bit of comedy, but really it's great to listen to him and to sort of absorb new ideas, and he's really good about articulating what he wants to say and saying hard-hitting things, so I really like him. Where did I leave off? Pineapple Boy Films, who does, what's his name? Jake Jarvie is the guy's name, and he does Platoon of Power Squad. Wow, I really can't talk today. Platoon of Power Squadron, which is a really good web series. I definitely recommend checking that out. They're on episode 6, and they come out like once a year or something, but in between he does vlogs about progress on what he's been working on, and he also does movie reviews and stuff. So he's cool to watch, and the show, Pops, as it's called, is really great to watch too, so I'd recommend checking him out. One of my favorite people on YouTube, I swear, is Video Game Donkey. He has the stupidest comedy possible. He plays video games, and really it's just absolute idiotic nonsense, but any day that he puts out a video and I sit down on my computer and I see that video, I'm just happy. Like, no matter what happened that day, I'm just happy. You know, I can like turn my brain off and just absorb the nonsense that he shoots into my head. But he's really great. He's not for everyone, but if you're into really idiotic comedy and video games, I would definitely check him out. Minute Physics. This guy, I don't know his actual name, but he does short little videos that just talk about interesting concepts in physics, and he sort of draws stuff out as he goes too, which is really fun. It's got nice music, it's fun to watch, and he talks about some cool stuff that I like to think about, so he's pretty sweet. Andrew Huang, who I found fairly recently, Songs to Wear Pants To. He does music, and he does a lot of really great music, a ton of different genres, but he's definitely worth listening to. 5 Second Films, great channel. They do a new video every weekday, weekday, or is it every day? You know, I don't really know. They put a lot of videos, but they're 5-second videos, so you have just a sketch in 5 seconds. So I think their slogan is something like, wasting your time but not very much of it, or something like that. They're really good, definitely worth checking out. Then Going Quantum is a dubstep channel. He takes mixes and makes like hour-long, or like half an hour to hour-long videos, but I just like to throw those on anytime they come on while I'm just hanging out on the computer playing video games or something. And he has just a bunch of eclectic dubstep styles, but it's fun to listen to. Nigahiga, who I'm sure everybody knows, he was the most famous on YouTube, or the most subscribed for a very long time. He puts out great sketch comedy videos. And then PvP Productions, Mike Tompkins is the guy that runs the channel. He does a cappella versions of pop songs, and he's also been releasing some new music of his own recently, which is really cool. I don't love everything he does, but I'll always listen to his music because it's all great quality. But a lot of what he does is really amazing remixes, and there's a few. He's done, I don't know, he does pop songs, but some of them I actually like his versions better than the actual radio versions. So that gives you a good level of quality that he does. It's really good. And that's the end of my list. So, what would be awesome if you guys like any of these people that I mentioned that are sort of less known and you want to talk about them, that's cool. Let me know. If there's other people like based on my list that you think I might like, let me know. I'll check them out. Or if you just want to say, Derek, everyone that you just mentioned is horrible and I hate you, unsubscribe, let me know. Anyway, that's all I got for today, so I will see you tomorrow.